Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations, where we're well on our way to proving that Mask to Mask, or more to the point, the Mr. Mask to Mask that did the thievery of the crane vase, is not Mr. Delight. With his wallet being in some other area and the blackmail going on, we've pretty much proven he can be in two places at the same time. So from there, we wonder where this case is going, because it actually looks like it's kind of open and shut. In that sense, but that means it can be Mr. Delight dressed as Mask to Mask in this photo. Ha, it looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe. So then... Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB's security CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Mask to Mask. Good job, you did it, Nick! That's enough! I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of thief. He kinda likes that title, though. What's wrong, Your Honor? I'm ready to pass judgment. But before I do that, do you have any further objections? No, Your Honor. Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight. Hey! We're the best. Court is now adjourned. But is this setting up for things like the first case we did, maybe? Nick, you did it! You were right after all! Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself. Nicky boy! Oh, Mr. Light. I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Mr. Light. I just know I'm blushing. Congratulations, Mr. Nick! Oh, pearls! I've got a bad feeling about this. Who is this woman? Oh, she's nobody. She's just, You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mystic Mayor? You should be ashamed of yourself. Youch! She slapped me. How'd she reach? Pearly? This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife. Mr. Nick! Yes? You're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client? No, you've got it all wrong. I'll never forgive you. Please stop it. Ow, a double slap. It's Pokemon now. Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right? We got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught. You're so right, and it's all thanks to Nicky boy here. But actually, it was you, Mr. Light, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me. We won the case. And why does this guy still look so glum? But I am the thief. Actually, what's the point now? What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that and I appreciate it, Desi. But the thing is... Come on, give the kid some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, amigo? Mr. Godot, what are you doing here? Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite. Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy. Well, playtime is over. Huh? Early this morning, the body of Cain Bullard was discovered. Cain Bullard? Where have I heard that name before? Just now? Isn't that the name of the CEO of KB Security? Wait, body? The estimated time of death was 1 AM on October 12th. 1 AM on October 12th? You don't mean... That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered. So then, what are you doing here? Because I got testimony that says that a certain someone was at KB Security at 1 AM using a code card to the CEO's office. In other words, Admiral Akbar had something to say right now. Oh, come on. You figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today? Help me out? What? On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron Delight was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbrued with utter rage. What are you saying? Imbrued with rage? Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. I thought it was imbued. He was a professional security guard. An employee of KB Security. It looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi. No way. He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred. No, that's a lie. It can't be true. But I am a thief, I tell you. Ron Delight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder. What? This is impossible. I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Trite. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward. Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two? I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here. This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but he's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced. Well then, it's time to say goodbye to Mr. Delight. As he's been taken into custody for sure. Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Yeah, Ronnie! Everyone always yars in that voice. Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? Well, it says to be continued, but we know we're going straight onwards, don't ya? Let's keep on going. As we finished one case within a case, to lead on to another, and now it's our speciality, defense or murder. Except this time we kind of are the police in a weird way. We did all the work after all. You know, I'm glad we found the urn and all, but poor Mr. Delight got arrested again. Well, supposedly Mr. Delight was in the CEO's office when the murder occurred. No way, Jose! I don't buy it! But the one who proved that Mr. Delight was there was Mr. Nick himself, at least from what I can understand. Looks like you did too good of a job this time, Nick. Well, how about we get started looking into the KB Security murder? I think I'm going to head back to Crane Village for a little while, if that's alright. Sure, but why? I'm going to bring the sacred urn back and have some people take a look at it. Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll go with... No, Mystic Mayor, you should stay here. Oh, that's Pearl. I thought that would be Phoenix going, no, stay. Stay, because, you know, psychic powers, it makes more sense. But obviously, it's to further her own agenda. I want you two to spend some special quality time together, full of love and happiness. Pearls is so caught up in her fancy, she forgot there's a murder to solve. Sacred urn has been given to Pearls, but why? Is it out of our court record now? The pink splodges look very important. Paint was on the scene. Now remember, no fighting, okay? She's gone. Okay, Nick, time to get going on this murder investigation. Sure thing. Well, tell me what you think to do, Mystic Mayor. So, what do we do now? Isn't it obvious? We should get out there and investigate the murder. Well, first, we need to find out exactly where KB Security is located. Hey, why don't we ask Miss Delight? She should know. Besides, I want to ask her some stuff about motorcycles. Motorcycles? You're not thinking of getting one, are you? I'm not the same little mayor who used to be happy with a dinky little bike, Nicky boy. Speaking of asking around, I've got a few questions of my own from Mr. Delight. Okay, well, let's make sure to go to the detention center too. He must be relieved we got the sacred urn back, huh? You bet. It keeps getting worse looking every time we goes anywhere though. There's something a little different about it. Yes, there is. Don't question mark at me. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I mean, take a look at this. It clearly says I am on the urn in the poster. You only just noticed? The urn we got back says Army. What? Wait, what? I never noticed. I was too busy looking at the pink splotches. It's being restored? This is interesting. Like it always used to. Yes, it does. I can't believe I didn't notice. Oh yeah, you're right. Plus, the vase has pink splotches on it now. I'm sure they weren't there before. Maya doesn't know, but 1 year ago, when the urn was broken, the repairer accidentally turned Mystic Army's name into I Am. And that repairer was once one mechanically unskilled little pearls. It might be once mechanically unskilled. She might have got better since then. And she restored it herself? I don't know, but still. I don't remember ever seeing pink splotches on it. Is it possible that urn is a fake? Oh, wow. Yeah. Duh. I'm sure Pearls will find out about that once she gets back to Crane Village. Yeah, I suppose. Now that I think about it, Maya hasn't been back to Crane Village in a long time. So, I guess people still go to Crane Village to do their training, right? Yep. If you want to become a spirit medium, you need to undergo severe training. So why haven't you been training lately, Maya? Well, lately I've been thinking of heading to a channeling dojo to do just that. A channeling dojo, huh? Sounds pretty serious, whatever that is. If you're going to train, you have to be serious. Otherwise, real tragedies can happen. Is that what happened last year still bothering you? That murder in her village. It happened because the power of channeling was misused. It's coming back to Crane Village a lot at this point. When a medium uses the Crane technique, she temporarily loses her will. So when an especially strong spirit is summoned, the spirit medium can get taken over and even forced to commit terrible crimes. What's worse, in those cases, the spirit medium has no memory of what happened. That murder. It wasn't your fault, Maya. You know that, don't you? I suppose not, but I guess I'm still a bit shaken up, that's all. It sounds like being the master of Karain is going to be a heavy responsibility. Well, I don't know how many, episodes we got the vase back. There was about like 1 or 2. But man, I was too absorbed in the case to even notice it said army again. Just pink splotches, the obvious sign. Thanks for bringing that to my attention there, because that could have really messed me up later on. Well, let's head to the detention center, because at this point in time, it sounds like Ron Delight really wanted to be convicted of being a thief, because that means he doesn't get convicted of being a murderer. I already told you, it's not me. A sad, pitiful whine that tapers into silence. Sounds like they're interrogating Mr. Delight right now. Man, and we don't have enough time as it is. Yeah, well, I guess the police are going crazy just like we are. Yesterday they thought he was just a thief, but now they got a murder case on their hands. I guess you're right. That guard over there looks a bit on edge too. Come on, we'll just have to come back later. Okay, let's go check out some other place, Nick. So we can't do anything with you just yet, so by the sound of it, let's head to the hideout and ask about motorbikes. Now somehow I think Miss Delight is a lot more involved in this than you'd think. Oh, Nicky boy, Maya! Miss Delight. All I wanted to do was help my dear Ronnie. Yeah, but I guess it ended up hurting his case. Don't say that, Nick. She doesn't need your help beating herself up. Hey, Nicky boy, please help Ronnie. He's not a killer. I swear, my Ronnie wouldn't hurt a fly. All right, I'll poke around and see what I can find out. Really? Are you serious? Oh, I'm so happy. I knew asking for your help was the right thing to do. I don't know what I can do to help anymore. I had no idea Miss Delight is such a vulnerable side. Don't let Larry see. Listen carefully, Nicky boy. My Ronnie would never ever kill anyone. It's just not in him. I don't think he would either, Nick. Yeah, but you have to admit he's got a bit of a temper to him. It's not that hard to imagine him just snapping and screaming, "Please die!" He would never say that. Anyway, Mr. Light, he might not be a killer, but he's still going around saying that he's a thief. I already told you, that's just a fantasy for him. Mr. Light, I hate to say it, but you're the one living in a fantasy world. What? How dare that to me, Nicky boy? I know everything about my Ronnie. We don't have any secrets between us. Ronnie isn't the thieving type. He's so honest that he wouldn't even sneak a nap. He's so honest that he wouldn't even steal a glance. A thief. Ha! The very idea. I guess I just don't get it. Huh? Get what? I just can't understand how they could be so different and yet be such a happy couple. Yeah, they sure are different. Come on now, Nicky boy. It's not that mysterious, is it? It was love at first sight. For me, anyway. What? For you? Right, love at first sight for just you? So was it really love at first sight when you first met Mr. Delight? Well, maybe not at first sight, but Ronnie saved my life. Saved your life? I was at work one day when 2 robbers suddenly rushed in. Well, I'm not the kind to just curl into a little ball in the corner, so I fought back. Robbers? Yes, they took me hostage. Lots happened then. I was so frightened. They were both carrying these huge knives and I broke down into tears. Yeah, I would too if I were in that situation. Oh, I think I get it. Did Mr. Delight come running to save you? Yes, exactly. I remember he looked so handsome in that guard uniform of his. He went right up to those 2 knife-wielding robbers and screamed in their faces. Please, stop it! He screamed. I could see the robbers' faces turn pale. That high-pitched shriek of his does have a surprisingly strong effect on people. Then, crying and swinging his arms like crazy, he attacked the 2 robbers. All by himself. He came to save me. A total stranger all by himself. What was the result, though? He was so scared that he was crying and shaking, but he still risked his life for me. Wow, that's a great story. Yes, you may not look it, but in a tough situation, there's no one better. That's why I fell in love with him like I did. That's so romantic. I'd fall in love too, I guess. Nick, I hope you'll do the same for me if I ever get taken hostage. With Maya, that possibility always seems to loom in the not-so-distant future. And in the past. I kind of did the same thing-ish, maybe. I saved you, in a way, maybe. Oh. Right, so Detective Atme, who's been convicted of the thievery now. I hate these kind of people more than anything. You mean ace detectives? No, I'm fine with ace detectives. Oh, so then you must be thieves. No, they're alright too. I just hate thieves that pretend to be ace detectives. There's nothing I hate more than cowardly men. By the way, why did you go to Detective Atme's office anyway? Well, as the trial went on, I started to get more and more anxious. I went there to try to find out more about the real criminal. The real criminal? Yes, obviously. The real Master Mask is not my Ronnie, right? Yeah. And Detective Atme knew more about Master Mask than anyone else. They mentioned him on the Great People Around Town segment on TV. So then, you went there to ask him some questions? That's right. I'll do whatever it takes to save my man. The secretary said the ace detective isn't in right now, but I forced my way past her and into his hideout. I wouldn't exactly call that office of his a hideout. That bag was sitting there right on top of the table. Oh yeah, we saw that bag there yesterday too. There's nothing lower than someone who would try to pin a crime on someone else. Indeed. Mr. Light, do you know about KB Security? Don't be silly, of course I do. That's where my Ronnie works. So she thinks he still works there, huh? And yet, according to what we heard today... Come on, don't tell me you didn't know. Ron Delight was once an employee of KB Security. I didn't even catch that. He was a professional security guard. Was. Once. Ron quit. He doesn't work there anymore. It looks like Mr. Light doesn't know. KB Security is only about 20 minutes away. By motorcycle, that is. Larry told me it takes 30 minutes by car. Well, I have to admit, I tend to fly pretty fast on my bike. To make it to KB Security that fast, are you sure you aren't literally flying? Why don't I give you a ride sometime? Better yet, how about now? No, I'll pass. Thanks. Why don't you just tell us where it is and we'll go ourselves? Haha, what a scaredy cat you are, Nick. Mr. Light told us the location of KB Security. Okay, let's head over there right away, Nick. Well, let's head over there indeed. There's no way I'm getting on the back of a bike though without proper safety gear. Goodness gracious me, no way. No siree. No Mr. Cowardly Men, you do not like me? But that is not what I would do. No. As we don't just head to KB Security's office, we head to the CEO's office itself. So let's move that next episode on Trials and Tribulations as our trivial case of thievery has turned to full-on murder. How am I going to save Ron Delight from this? I don't know. I'll see ya. Bye-bye.